Brighter note, guys, you know Andrew Tate as we see on camera, but there's more to him behind the scenes. Andrew, you're a father now, and you've gone through a lot. What's it like being a dad? How do you manage what you went through being a dad as well?
Where's your kids?
Maybe on the way.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You know what? I want a kid one day, for sure, but I want to hear your answer first.
Okay. When you have a child, the only regret you're going to have is that you didn't start earlier. There's truly nothing more beautiful than having a child. And also, maybe I'm just old and jaded. I'm a bit older than you. But you get bored of life and get bored of everything, and you start to live through other people when you are successful enough. You look at Christmas morning, right? It's not about the dad. It's about the dad giving the kids what they want, and he smiles because they smile. And that's the masculine imperative, to live through other people. I truly believe that male happiness comes from making other people happy. There's a beautiful poem, I think it's in Arabic, and I don't know who wrote it. It might have been by a warlord. And he says something like, stress is mine, peace is yours, sadness is mine, happiness is yours, but you are mine. And he's writing to his woman saying that my life is not fun. My life is stress and pain and hardship and difficult. You have a great life. I give it to you, but I get you by extension, and that's why it's worth it to me. And I think it's the same with children. If you're a man and you have your stuff in order, and truthfully, there's going to become a day, Fresh. I know you're out there living big. But there's going to come a day where you're bored of the club and you're bored of the hoes and you're bored of all the fun ain't fun anymore. And you're going to say, well, what's going to make my life worth living? Well, how about I have a little version of me and try and make them a better version of me?
Yeah.
Not just replicate me, but make them a better version of me. And love is your link to the future. And I'm telling you, my only regret with having children is I didn't start earlier and I don't have 200 of them. There's literally no downside. They're not as expensive as people say they are. It's not difficult. I mean, a lot of it's down to the mother you have them with, right?
Right.
If the mother's out of control, then they become expensive.
Holy.
Then they become difficult. But if the mother respects you and she listens to you and lets you be a man, then it's easy. Bro, the poorest people in the world have kids. Your dog costs more than a kid will. Your Lambo costs a lot more than the kid ever will.
That is true.
So kids aren't even expensive. And often you see women going, oh, I need this, or he needs that, I need that. No, you're bored. And you want to put him in designer clothes and dress him up in designer clothes because you want to go shopping for designer clothes for your little kid like a doll because you're bored and you want him to be a little model. Well, guess what? He's going to do push-ups. He has 2 T-shirts. He has 2 pairs of trousers. And if he's bored, push-ups are endless and free. So he should never be bored until they're all done. Are the push-ups finished? Because I still see push-ups in the universe. I just tried to do one. I could do it. I should have attempted and failed. It should have been like, no, sorry, the push-ups are finished. They're gone. The daily allocation of world push-ups have been used by your offspring. And unless that happens, then boom, they're cheap. So kids are cheap, and they truly are a blessing. I have nothing bad to say about being a father. I recommend everyone at home do it. If you find a woman worth having, then have a kid with her. Why not? Why not? Get to it, Fresh. What else you gonna do? You know what's kind of weird?
Yeah.
How do I say this? I just kind of feel like just fucking all this pussy for the sake of fucking it is just gay.
You know what's crazy?
Is that weird?
No, it's not.
Because they're girls and you're a guy.
Yeah.
But it's just gay. There's something gay about, I'm going to fuck this pussy, then I'm going to fuck that pussy, then I'm going to fuck that pussy. And it's like, okay, cool. And I'm not saying you have to have kids with all of them. But you should at least give God the chance to give you a child. And it probably won't happen most of the time. But when it does happen, it's a blessing from God. And I personally, as a man now, won't have sex with a girl if there's no chance of having a kid. What's the point?
It's funny because even now, dealing with girls, unless it's going somewhere, I don't want to even like entertain them.
Okay, but where's it going?
Well, it was fun at first.
Okay, but exactly. So you get past all that, and then it has to go somewhere. Where is it going besides children? Where does it end?
It's pointless.
Exactly. It's pointless.
But hold on, Myron, when you have your kids, bro?
I still like smashing hoes, man. Be honest with you.
Okay.
Maybe I'm old and boring. I don't know.
You know, I have my main girl. She's great. You know, she's doing her homework right now. I told her she's got to play 5 hours Overwatch, and she's doing that. But no, man. I mean, like, but I felt that when you said that, Andrew, that your happiness as a man a lot of times stems from providing happiness for other people.
Of course it does.
And I think that's a man's job, is like to provide stability and security to other people. Like, you know, for my parents. You know, for people that you care about, it's very important.
You're going to feel happy as a man when you feel respected and needed. You need a purpose. People need to need you alive. If you're the kind of man who everyone's life can function perfectly fine if you get struck by lightning, then you're not going to feel happy. You're going to feel happy when you realize that people need you. And for them to need you, you have to be useful and you have to be competent. And whether that's children or your girlfriend or your parents or anyone else who cares about you, I think living for other people is one of the most beautiful things a man can do because it gives you a purpose, a higher purpose. And most of the men out there who live normal lives do exactly that. Why do they work jobs? They work jobs for other people. They don't do it for themselves.
Yeah.
They don't even keep most of the money. It goes on the kid, the wife, the house, and they're taking care of others. And that's a masculine imperative God has instilled in us, and it's a beautiful thing. And I think if you're going to do that, you may as well do it for your own offspring. Who else are you doing it for?
I agree.
So, Andrew, take us through, because I